Hey beautiful people, so in today's video I talk about struggles that I had with me and my husband had in our early relationship days, which we're kind of still in our early relationship days. We've only been married for 3 years. And I talk about how I love and accept you and just want to know things about you and want to show you that I love and care about you and want to be more interactive with you all. And you know the drill. Before we get into the video, let's say a quick prayer. And you know, if you don't believe, it's okay to skip ahead, but let's just do this. So Lord, thank you so much for the day and you know the warmer weather, and Lord, bless the person watching this video or the viewer that is watching. And thank you for the small subscriber gain. Lord, these viewers are a blessing in my life, so bless their life. Lord, remember me, and Lord, heal me enough so I don't have to have surgery. And then after that, continue to heal me so that I no longer have PCOS. And because I believe you're a way maker and a miracle worker. Lord, remember the sale of my house, Lord, and help me to be patient with you and let you work it out and work it out for my good. And God, I just ask that you work everybody's purpose out for their good and show them your goodness. And God, I just ask that more peace and acceptance and love comes through the air as this year is almost halfway over. And Lord, just thank you so much for being a good God and caring about us, and just have your way in Jesus' name. Amen. So cue. Alright guys, so I have my eyes taped off, my brows are on. I have prepped already with the MAC Painterly Paintpot, and we're gonna chat today. Again, big surprise. Just a little disclaimer, I pray about all my videos, so I'm like, you know, God, put it on my heart what you want me to do and just have your way with my video. So my ideas really don't come from anything. It's just, you know, God talking in there and coming out through here. That was probably the worst way to explain that, but in the mail today I got this. It's called the Your Golden Palette by Colourpop, and I will show you what it looks like. Looks like this. So I did a colorful look, now it's a neutrals turn. I bought this because locally, even though nobody's taken me up on it so far seriously, I'm offering one-on-one lessons of things I've learned, and it's extremely cheap. It's $10 if you use your own makeup. It's $35 if I use mine, but that is just so that I can buy like a separate brush set to keep to use on other people and clean them and sanitize them, and you know, have more of neutral stuff for that. You know what I mean? Just extra stuff to take to me with, you know, and work on people, because the people that are wanting, or you know, hey, you need to teach me how to do makeup, they're wanting more of this stuff than what you saw in my last video. So anyways, today we're going to talk about you know, my early adult life. I'm still kind of in my early adult life, but you know, this, you know, anybody can really listen to this, but like it's more towards people that are getting out of high school and starting their life, like these stories are. And I mean, they may help somebody older. I have no idea. I don't know who's watching. Sometimes I want you guys to comment so I know who's watching, but anyways, let's get into the video. So I'm going to take this shade right here. It's this peachy shade, and because I want a little pop of color but not too much, I'm going to take that and start a transition shade. So here's really what brought this about. My husband's name is Brandon, and you know, I was working and you know, really starting my adult life when I was 22. Well, 21 going on. No, I was 21 when I met my husband. Yeah, that's right, I was 21. And you know, that year I had finished hair school. I had started the job that I currently work and still work. And God, that's all I know how to say. God did that. So I'm gonna go in with this Secret Spot shade, and I'm gonna start the brown, and then I'm gonna go in with a darker brown, and then I'm probably gonna just cut like right through here. Be honest, you know, when I had met my husband, I had, you know, been working on me for about a year, not just a little bit longer. You know, in hair school, I was me, and, you know, I was 19 when I started hair school and 21 when I finished. And I was just really figuring out who I was and figuring out me as a person. Because, you know, but the reason why I had worked on myself was because my last relationship in high school was one of those that broke me, and I had to learn to like myself. And I eventually ended up loving myself. It just took a while. It took time, and I had to be patient with myself and work on myself, and that's how it went. And you know, I had still done some sinful things, let's put it that way, with somebody I went to high school with, well, early high school. He moved away, and then my best friend happened to know him, and he crept back in my life, and, you know, and I didn't really know him then. It was just somebody I knew his face and kind of knew who he was. This Prime Time shade right here. And, you know, stuff happened and it shouldn't have, and honestly, I liked myself. I started to love myself and give myself a lot of grace at that point in time. And so I had started to, you know, like who I was, and so much that when that didn't work out, I was upset about it for a couple days, but I really didn't care. Really didn't care. Then a month later, you know, God does this thing, and he's like, since you like yourself so much, here's a husband. Well, it wasn't that easy peasy, but it was kind of, it seems that way now. But one of my friends was going through a breakup, and, you know, she wanted to be around friends. We do that. We hang out with each other. When she'd actually met him first and was wanting to date him. And well, we pulled up to the place where I met my husband, Brandon, and he was standing outside because we had never been there to that house. Just looked at her and I said, he's cute, and she's like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna try to date him. And I was like, oh. And, you know, we just, I played it cool, and it worked out. That sounds so cocky. That's the truth. I sat back and stayed cool and calm, and it worked out. I'm actually not gonna cut my crease, but I'm gonna go in with the shade Sun's Out. It's this blue shimmery shade, and with my finger, and I'm gonna put it on my lid. But yeah, and you know, me and my husband, we went through some stuff too. But you know, that's kind of the baseline of how we met. Maybe sometime if I can talk my husband into coming on camera and telling the story, I'll have to get like a lot of likes for that. But because my husband looks at me and he says, look, that's not your dream, that's not my dream, it's your dream, so I'm not interested. But I'm just blending this out. But yeah, got a good husband. That's all I can say about him. I love him. I wouldn't have him any other way, and that's how it is. But yeah, that's pretty much how we met. So I'm gonna fast forward to this story. So even though they suck and you're struggling, this is about month 3 of mine and my husband's relationship. we move in together. And he is doing a work study at college and makes no money. And it's only my income. So we move into our apartment together. Gonna go in with this sparkly rum season and just take it in through here. Pretty good. So, woo, I didn't expect that to be a shimmery shade. Oops. Have to go back in and fine detail it. But we move into our apartment and struggle. I was living at home, you know, hardly had bills, and I went from hardly having bills to having all the bills. Okay, so pause the story. I'm gonna get off camera, put some mascara on. I'm gonna use the Revlon one, and I'll show it when I step back on camera and get some lashes on, and then we're gonna finish the face and the look. Be right. All right, got my lashes on. I white waterlined with the LA Girl pastel liner in Marshmallow. Sorry, my eyes are still adjusting. These are the Sweetest reality lashes. I will link her below. She follows me on TikTok. Trying to remember what part of the story I was at. I think I was just saying that me and my husband had moved in together, and our rent was $500 a month, and we had I had a car payment now, car insurance. I got bit by a spider and had to pay $100 on that a month, and my checks were only like $900 then, so it wasn't, that didn't go far. Like one check was all those bills, and then and I tithed every check, no matter what, no matter how broke I was. I always tithed, because you know they teach on that at church, and you can do your own research on that, you know. And I'm not trying to Bible thump you or what. In first with the Glow Recipe Plum Serum, just to put some moisturizer on my skin, put some moisture on my skin. So we struggled. We didn't go out with people. We didn't buy meals, like expensive meals, and we would travel into the city to have some nice furnishing, and that was another thing. While we were kind of always broke, we were trying to build our life together, and you know, we were, you know, starting out. We were in the early days, and you know, our table came from a yard sale, and it was retro, and it didn't match like anything we had. And we but looking back, we had really good times, and those were really simple times. But gosh, I kind of miss those days. But you know, my husband's only made $8 an hour. It wasn't even $8, it was $7.50. And somebody that came in and worked at the college made $8, and all his money went to school. And he dropped out eventually, and I encouraged him. I said, if you don't know what you want to do, it's not a failure if you drop out. It's just a wise decision, because you're not wasting money on something you don't want to do. And you know, my husband said, I wish I would have listened to you about that earlier. But and you know, we struggled a little bit. That's kind of like why the YouTube thing didn't happen for so long, because then I was buying like the cheapest makeup I could find. It still looked okay, and I still did an okay job, but you know what I'm saying? It was what I worked with, what I had. It was those types of times. And bought a cheap little Super Nintendo to play games with, and that's how it was. The point in telling you guys these stories is you're gonna have times like this, and it's okay. It's okay to start somewhere, even if it's the bottom. I'm gonna conceal with this Fit Me. I got it in light because I'm really dark right now, dark compared to what I normally am. And if it's still too dark, I'm going to use a lighter contour. And I'm gonna put it on my pimples first and blemishes and let that sit. And then when it dries, I will go over it with foundation and blend it out. But we stayed in, we had simple times, and that was that. And we struggled so bad that it wasn't real. My husband says it wasn't struggling because our bills were paid, but we were struggling. We only went to church then too, and we hardly hung out with anybody because we didn't have the money to. But and I was that car that I bought, someone really screwed me over. They knew it had a bunch of issues, and forgive me if I said that and it offended you, but they really pulled one on me. Every month I was fixing that stupid car, and it was awful. It was awful. It was terrible. That was a big reason why we didn't have a lot of money then. But you know, and it was awful. It was a rough time. But it was so bad that at one point my husband had started a job where I worked, going in with Fit Me and putting my protective layer on. It was bad because the apartment we lived in, the materials that was made to, you know, make it an apartment and make it livable, they were so cheap that dirt and anything clung to them, and the supplies that I was buying for the house to clean it, which is what we could afford, was Dollar Tree, and I mean, the dirt just moved. So our lash line, I'm gonna go in with this navy shade, and it's called Sporty. But we made it through it. We really did. But it was so bad at one point that where I work, you know, they do this thing for people in need during Christmas. And I knew somebody else struggling, and I asked him, I said, will you put, he was my boyfriend then, I said, will you put my, no, yeah, he was my boyfriend, we weren't married yet. I said, will you put my boyfriend's name down for cleaning supplies and laundry detergent and things like that? Because, you know, I was telling my best friend this story earlier. Ooh, sorry, the lash line is a sensitive area. But you know, I was telling her, and she told me, she said, if you ever get like that again, just tell me. I know you're doing better now and you're in a better place, but tell me you're my best friend, and I never want you to suffer like that. But and you won't believe what a difference laundry detergent stuff made in our life that year. Like we were in rough shape. I'm not sugarcoating it. We were in rough. So I just got this in the mail today too. It's the Soul bronzing balm in the shade medium. It may be too dark, that's why I'm gonna go in underneath, and if it's not too dark, I'll put some foundation on and then re-bronze. But you know, I'm just not sugarcoating it. You know, if you're a, you know, high schooler that's getting out of high school, I want you to know the truth about adult life sometimes and how it is. We struggled, and God pulled us through it, but you know, it was a struggle, and I want you to know that it's okay to go through that and to need help and to ask for help, because we did. And it was a blessing in that time. Even, you know, after getting out of that, after my husband quit college and worked full-time too, and, you know, finances got better, we obviously they did, because we bought a house. You know, during COVID, we had to get a loan to get one of our cars fixed, you know, because my second job was closed down because nobody was allowed to get haircuts or get their hair cut. Times like that, and it's okay. But I'm going with the Nars Soft Matte Radiant Foundation, and I'm probably going to rebronze over. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I'm going to probably rebronze, but, you know, my point to you is that you're going to struggle, and it's okay, and it's okay to ask for help. And I just wanted to let y'all know me a little better and know where I come from. I told you all I was going to show you this mascara, but this is the mascara. Revlon sent me some PR, and this was one of the things that they sent. And it actually, I thought I didn't have lashes inside here for a long time. I thought that like lashes like this were pulling them out. I do, it's just hard. Mascara's not been getting them, so this one did. So I think I'm going to make this one my everyday one. And I'm going to get my lower lash line before I put the foundation on. Because I'll just be honest, I'm not trusting it. But yeah, I just wanted, you know, that's my goal, is for people that watch me to feel like they're watching somebody relatable, not somebody that has a ton of money and has it all together. I want to be relatable to you always. And, you know, a lot of influencers and social media people forget that. I'm gonna go in with that foundation. And, you know, people get like lost in, you know, newfounding fame and new followers and, you know, money and stuff, and they're just not relatable anymore. And I always want to be relatable. I want an internet family because I'm quite broken when it comes to family. I'm the oddball. I'm the black sheep of my family. But you know, I just want a big internet family and people that love me and to love people, because that's the goal, is to love God and love people. And at the end of the day, if I pass away, go to heaven. That's it. It's not if I had the most money out of my high school class, or if I was the coolest person. I hope if I'm remembered for anything, it's, you know, kindness and compassion for people. Now, don't get me wrong, I am kind of a diva sometimes, like anybody else, but I always try my best to be a kind person and do right by everybody and be supportive to everybody, even if I don't particularly agree with it. And I think people forget that about me. I do try to be a relatable person and love people, because that's my purpose, is to love God and love people. Okay, it's pale, I know. I'm gonna bronze it up, but I'm gonna set it first with the Fit Me. But my point in that is you're always gonna make it out okay. Like another story that I'm gonna tell is we struggled with our house. We were, when we bought our house, I said it in my last video, the process was extremely rushed, and I let someone influence me that I never should have. And I'll just say this: God will protect you from your mistakes. You know, I rushed it, didn't really pray, didn't really get some consent from God about that house, and it ended up having some issues. They've since then been fixed since I've released it. I tried to fix everything the best I could. It's just like cosmetic stuff, like it's still a vintage looking yellow house. I'm not fixing the facelift, because I wanted to come back home, and I was happier at home. Bottom line, I'm not trying to, I just wanted to come back home and made a premature decision, and, you know, somebody had evil intentions with me, and God was like, nope, nope. This kid has got too much invested. Nope, you're not. Timing, and you know, even though I was impatient and was trying to rush the sale of my house to the person who had evil intentions, God was like, nope, I love you, and you're waiting this one out, and you're gonna be thankful for me doing that, and you're gonna thank me one day. And since I've been home, I have just been, thank you, Lord, for protecting me. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to fail, because it says in the Bible that God makes all things new. And, you know, and I want to say something to you. It doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, what you identify as. God loves you. I don't care what these religious Christians say. He loves you and accepts you and cares about you. And he wants you. Nobody else, not what the world wants you to be. He loves you. And, you know, that was a lesson I was learning through that, with that person with ill intentions, that he loves me and accepts me and doesn't care, even if I make mistakes. And, you know, that's where a lot of people get hurt and church hurt, is because, I say this, just because they're a Christian does not mean they have good intentions or they genuinely care about you. A lot of them are looking out for themselves. And, you know, they don't love people the right way. And, you know, they cause people to fall away. There's no other way to say it. They cause people to fall. They don't love people like you're supposed to love people and accept people and not judge them, not be mean to them, not tell them where they're going, because you're not the judge of that. You're not. I'm not. And it breaks my heart that people feel that way, like that, you know, everybody's that way, because, you know, I love people. I don't care anything about them or where they come from, or, you know what I'm saying. I love people, and I love to love people. I come across that way because I'm kind of backwards in person. I'll just say it. Like, if you came up to me and, you know, you were like, oh my gosh, hey Katie, I'd be like, hi, I'm sorry, I'm awkward. Hi. But yeah, like I'm just backwards. I don't know why. I'm just that way. Like, I can talk to a camera and it go on and on, but like in person I'm like, hi, I'm shy, I'm sorry. But my point is, you're loved and you're accepted on this channel. I don't care if you don't believe what I believe. I still love you. Just love me and respect me, and I'll love and respect you back. Because who am I to judge any manipulated situations? I made mistakes, sure, and I'm not scared to admit that. But do I work hard every day to get past that? Yeah, I do. But I want anybody that comes across my videos to know that they're loved and accepted no matter what. And, you know, it's a shame that people make people feel unaccepted and not loved. And, you know, I don't care. Like, a lot of people disagree with me, but I love people even if I don't agree with their decisions, and I'm there to love and support them and talk them through it. And, you know, if they are having, I'm one of those people that if you have suicidal feelings, I want you to call me. I don't want you to sit there and, you know, go to a funeral and see you that way. I don't want to. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Flexitarian by Colourpop. I just got this today as well. But at the end of the day, I'm just here to love God and love people. And I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just here to accept you and love you. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Is loving God and loving people. And, you know, people are gonna hate me and some are not gonna like me, and that's okay too. They don't have to. But at the end of the day, I choose to love everybody and accept them. And I want, if you want me to pray about something, even if you don't necessarily believe in God, but you want me to think about something and pray about it for you, I want to be that person that my subscribers, drop comments in my videos and be like, hey, can you pray for this for me? Or can you remember me? And, this way. I'm just here to love you and care about you at the end of the day. The L'Oreal Infallible in Bittersweet. Now I'm gonna go on with my Colourpop So Juicy Lip Plumping Gloss in QT. I'm gonna give my MAC Fix Plus a break, but Revlon sent me the Rose Glow Mist. So I'm gonna spray this on my sponge and sit with it today. I'm gonna step off camera in a minute and finish up and, put some clothes on and show you the look dressed up. But I guess my point in telling you all that was, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to have hard times. It's okay to ask for help. And at the end of the day, I just want you to know that here on my channel, you're loved and accepted. I wanna know what's going on in your life. I wanna know how to care for you all. I wanna know how to love you all. And I wanna learn how to love you all. But at the end of the day, I just want you all to know that I'm here and I love and care about each and every one of you that watches my videos. So with that being said, I'm kind of done with my little rant and I'm gonna dress my look up and I'll be back in a second. All right guys, so here is the final and completed look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know some topics that you want me to talk about, and but I love you guys. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time.